Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Gas station attendant robbed at gunpoint in St. James. The Anchovy police in St. James are investigating a robbery at Cool Oasis service station in the parish. The incident took place about 11 a.m. Sunday. It's reported that a man walked up to one of the pub attendants, held her at gunpoint, and robbed her of an undetermined sum of cash. The gunman escaped in a waiting motor car. Firearm found inside teddy bear during St. Anne operation. Lawmen assigned to Area 2 Police Division in a joint operation with the military on Friday seized a Glock pistol with an extensive magazine during a cornered and search operation at a market in St. Anne. Reports from the Ocho police are that the weapon was found inside a teddy bear. According to police, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., the security forces were alerted to suspicious box that was thrown over a wall by a man. The officers went to investigate, and on the inspection of the box, a teddy bear was found inside, which contained the firearm and a magazine. No man was arrested. Investigations are ongoing. History of violence against victim. University lecturer and social commentator Nadine Spence has issued a call to action against domestic violence in the wake of Friday's killing of a 34-year-old woman in Berkshire Hall, St. Catherine. The stabbing death of Nikisha DaCosta Walters, allegedly at the hand of her husband over claims of infidelity, was the second in 4 days in the parish. Alisa Patience was allegedly stabbed to death by her boyfriend in Louisville on August 22nd. Spence lamented that recurrent cycle of violence, adding that many people have apparently resigned themselves to the wave of cruelty that have overtaken the country. She is also concerned about what she described as a distasteful narrative of victim blaming. It is almost a certainty that when these things happen, there has been a history of violence against the victim. There needs to be greater intervention, as some Jamaican men have become cold and callous, Spence told reporters in an interview on Sunday. It won't stop until the society and even the courts do more due diligence when handling these matters. Over Berkshire Hall Saturday, an aunt, Christine Graham, said she is still in tears over the DaCosta Walters killing. Graham, who has been caring for the couple's only child, is pleading for psychosocial support. I think the authorities need to counsel the brave little boy who ran and said that his father killed his mother. The child has been staying with me since the wicked act, and all know he doesn't shed a tear, Graham said. I am a big woman, and right now it is still ripping my heart apart. All know me can't stop crying. The couple were reportedly married for 11 years. Claudine Ferron, a niece of DaCosta Walters, described the slain woman as a good friend and counselor and a loving mother to her husband and child. The news of her death weakened me to the point of rushing to the bathroom, Claudine said. I keep saying, God, don't make her die, just spare her life. Residents and relatives of DaCosta Walters said there were noticeable changes in the behavior of the suspect and seasonal farm worker who had returned to Jamaica in August months before his contractual term was said to be end. Him just dropped a few words and wasn't communicating with us as before. We hear that he returned home before time, as people call him to say, "Me auntie give him bun." Ferran told reporters using Jamaican vernacular of unfaithfulness. He said that him believed despite that we didn't expect him would kill her. Ferran said that she spoke with the couple days before DaCosta Walters' death and urged her husband to seek counseling. She said he sought to diffuse her concern, saying, "Me nah lick me wife." The incident reportedly occurred after the suspect came home at 2 a.m. on August 26. The accused reportedly went to the kitchen for a knife and stabbed his wife repeatedly following a dispute. He subsequently surrendered to the Linstead police. A relative said that they had disputes in the past, but that he never believed the worst would have happened. It's more than once we hear them fuss at the house, and by morning everything good. So the murder really surprising still, said Everton Graham. 4 killed over the weekend. A 35-year-old man was killed at his home in Keystone, just outside Spanish Town in St. Catherine early Sunday morning, bringing to 4 the number of murders reported by the police between Friday and Sunday. The Spanish Town police report that about 2 a.m., Andrew Lee and a relative were at home when explosions were heard, after which a relative found Lee in his bed with gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Lee's killing followed the 25-year-old Russian hustler in Ocho on Saturday about 7 p.m. Police report that residents heard explosions and the St. Anne's Bay police were called. Upon their arrival, Roisin, otherwise called the brother of Guys Hill St. Mary and Mansfield St. Anne, was seen lying on his back with gunshot wound to the head. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. On Friday, 25-year-old Lamar Simit, otherwise called Pops, of Nonpareil Road, Negril, was shot dead in his community. According to the Savannah Lamar police, about 11:45 p.m., Smith was standing at a bar when a motor vehicle drove up. A group of men exited the vehicle and opened gunfire, hitting him in the upper body and head. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Also on Friday, police reported that a 34-year-old woman was killed during which they believed to be a domestic dispute. Nikisha DaCosta Walters was stabbed and her throat slashed. Her 10-year-old son was also reportedly attacked during the incident. The police have confirmed that her husband, Peter Walters, is now in custody. According to the police, Walters, who was away on farmer program, recently returned to the country and heard that his wife had been unfaithful. She had denied the allegations. The police report that an argument erupted between the two, resulting in the death of the woman. The Jamaica Constabulary Force's crime statistics reveal that between January 1 and August 22, a total of 968 murders were committed, a 4.2% increase on the number for the same period last year. Trouble brewing at UTech. Exactly 2 years after 8 University of Technology Jamaica UTech lecturers applied for promotion, they're still awaiting word from the processing committee, according to one of the applicants. The applicant, who is a senior lecturer and a UTech Administrative Staff Union member, stated that the university gave the applicants a deadline of July 31, 2020 to submit their portfolios for consideration under the current ordinance governing promotions, as administration intends to revamp the rule to make the process more rigorous. The lecturer, who requested not to be named, said word of the plan to revise the rules precipitated a hurried response to promotion. Had the university not waived their spidery deadlines translated into a call for promotion, men would be sitting undisturbed, as little Miss Moffat on her tuffet, with no effort to go through the back-breaking promotions process, he said. Several attempts by reporters last week to get a comment from UTech were unsuccessful, with calls from this reporter being placed on hold for extended periods of time, ending without anyone coming back on the line. On Sunday, a UTech source told reporters that a staff was advised that the promotion process was halted due to financial constraints caused by the novel coronavirus pandemic, which the university said also severely impacted the funds needed to award financial assistance for study leave, promotional appointments, and staff loans. According to the source, this development was published in the university's newsletter, The Broadcaster, which also stated that all promotions have been placed on hold. The source also said that although the University Council meets every quarterly, neither the Council nor the University Academic Promotions Committee has yet to announce a date for the resumption of the promotions process. Last week, the lecturer said that USTASU had warned the university that its approach would be troublesome. Heedless to the word, they plunged headlong in giving a deadline and suspending the process of promotion in the absence of a new document, a move the union, in a letter dated June 12, 2020, described as antagonistic, he said. Now the university is claiming that it hasn't had the fund to tend to the wage bill and that the government hasn't given the funds needed to cater to demands of this wage bill, with the financial arm of council therefore desisting on budgeting, outlined how this is going to be achieved, he added. The lecturer said that the UTSU's annual general meeting on Thursday, August 18, 2022, a distraught member tabled a terse motion that received anonymous support from the members. They demanded that UTech at least accords them dignity to having a promotional process completed, or else normalcy in the operation cannot be guaranteed. This comes at a critical junction in the operative machinery of the university. On August 29, classes are set to begin. Determined members await word from the powerful council-led university, who some members feel is the obstructive brains of Persia before Daniel, he stated. The inaction of the university to address the promotion becomes the embers of the fan-growing flames of discontent of approximately 80 members directly implicated and a burgeoning academic corps who wants to, but who cannot, apply until the impasse is settled, and members who have applied know exactly where they stand, he added. The lecturer said that some members of the union had literally traversed land and sea to get the required documents done over by authority personnel within and outside the university, some of whom have passed in order to compile a portfolio nothing short of the size of tomb, divided into the areas of teaching, research, qualification, and service. Members, including me, had sleepless nights, stayed sometime overnight at the university to meet a deadline, scampering to get 5 copies of the collection document into human resources. Sometime after, committees were appointed in each faculty to consider applicants and their worthiness for the convert academic rank of senior lecturer, associate professor, and professor, he stated. The lecturer explained that this process included individuals approved by the Faculty Promotions Committee having their documents sent to UAPC to be ratified, and members who feel their bid would be told accordingly. These were not done. To be clear, members are not asking for everyone who applied to be appointed, only those qualified, and that the council simply takes counsel and bring this process to a completion, he said. He claimed that some of the applicants have been asked naturally with the passage of time and they have retired since submitting the documents and can no longer benefit. Others are refusing to have the guillotine of time come their way in the face of retirement, the implication being that pensions will be based on the last salary of retirement. What is more, some members feel disenfranchised since the current state of affairs. They are prevented from applying for administrative position, which required an academic rank, he said. The lecturer told reporters that he and his colleagues are not budging, as they contend that this is not a benefit for which they are negotiating. Instead, it is a right, having gone through the process the university legitimized for promotion, and they feel that their rights are being trampled upon. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification